Well, thanks for coming. Appreciate you being here. I'm Jeff Crank. I'm the Colorado State Director of Americans for Prosperity. And we're here today. There's been people have come by and signed the bus already, and we're going to be here for a while as people kind of come through. We started the Colorado portion of this tour in Grand Junction yesterday, and came up I-70. We had a stop in Idaho Springs and Dillon. We're going to be here, going to be at Cherry Creek at 2 o'clock, and then down in Colorado Springs tomorrow. And then it's my understanding, I get off there because I'm Colorado and I'm not leaving here anytime soon. But the bus is going to head on to Sturgis and go up to the rally that's going on up in Sturgis and then continue on. The tour started in California, went through Arizona, Nevada, and Colorado is the fourth state that it's visited, and it's going to keep going. And the idea of this is to focus the effort on, focus the attention of the American people on the issue of unsustainable government spending. And we are on a path right now, the federal government, that is absolutely unsustainable. We cannot survive as a nation if we continue down this path. And so the American people need to be focused on this issue. And I would encourage you to take some of the information that we have. We have a 2010 Congressional Pig Book that is put out by Citizens Against Government Waste. It's got a lot of the examples of wasteful government spending that you will find. That's committed, frankly, by both parties. Republicans, Democrats, all have a propensity to do this, and it has to stop. And we have to focus our attention on that. Every day, Americans spend 3 to 4 minutes brushing their teeth in the morning and 3 to 4 minutes brushing their teeth in the evening. And if you don't do that, you should. It's good for you. But in that amount of time that you brush your teeth twice a day, the federal government spends $47 million. In 162 minutes is the average time that Americans spend watching television every day. In that 162 minutes, the federal government spends $955 million. That is unsustainable. We are not going to survive. And this is about whether we're going to pass on to future generations the kind of quality of life that we all had. And I have said this really at every stop. My dad served in World War II. He served in the Pacific Theater. And at the time he was doing that, he didn't know he was saving the world. He just was doing his job and wanting to get back home to his family. But what he was doing at that moment was saving the world. And that's where we collectively find ourselves today. We're at that moment where we either step up as Americans, step up as Coloradans, and say we're going to hand a nation to our children and our grandchildren that is better than the one that we inherited, or we're not going to rise to that challenge. And it's that simple. And so I know that when my children and grandchildren look back on my life, they're going to know that I was in the fight. And for everybody who was here, they're going to know you were in the fight as well. And I just hope that there are enough Americans in the fight to win the battle. And so I appreciate you being here. We want you to sign. We'd love for you to sign the bus. We've got a pin here for you to step up. And again, we'll be parked here for the next little bit. Folks can stop by and sign the bus. Love to have you do that and send the message to Washington that enough is enough. We've got to stop the spending. And so this is a great effort that I'm proud to be a part of. One of our partners in Colorado on so many things, whether it's been the fight on the healthcare battle, or the fight on spending, the fight for smaller government, all of those fights in Colorado, we have strong partnerships. And one of our strongest partners is the Independence Institute. And I want to ask my friend John Caldara to come up and talk for a few minutes about this effort. John, thanks for being here today.
Then I'm John Caldara, president of the Independence Institute. Years ago, I had a different role. I was the chairman of the Regional Transportation District, and we spent a lot of time and money trying to figure out how to get people from stopping to vandalize and graffiti buses. So this is so very wrong to me. But it's not an RTD bus, so I guess it's okay. You know, we talk about this Washington issue. forget that right now every man, every woman, every child is over $43,000 in debt right now. Now I've got my own credit cards. They do me pretty well. I pay them off every single month, and it's a terrific and wonderful thing. The difference is when we're spending on government credit cards, they're not ours. They're our kids' credit cards. So imagine, as government continues to spend, wipe off your name off your credit cards and wipe in your child's name. Wipe in and write in your grandchild's name. Wipe off your name, write in their name. Why? Because that's what we're doing. We're spending on our kids' credit cards, not our own. That's the problem with government spending. That's the problem with government debt. At the Independence Institute, not only are we concerned about what's going on the federal level, we're also concerned with what's going on here in Colorado. Let's keep in mind that Colorado has a state government that issues debt through certificates of participation. Every year for the last 20 years, our budget has gone up with the exception of just 2 years. And we have local governments. How many local governments do we have here in Colorado? Anyone want to guess? We're talking about school boards, park and recs departments, counties and cities.
Thousands.
Thousands? Over 3,300 governments in Colorado. That's 1,000 more than just a decade ago. In fact, at that rate of growth, by this time in 2016, we will have one new government born in Colorado every single day, spending more. But not to worry, by our calculations, by 2150, we will have one government per person in Colorado, and all of our problems will be solved. This wonderful stunt is a great way to get the message out. We need to go around the country and tell people that they need to tell Washington, stop it. We've already put our kids in enough debt. We tried a stimulus package, which hasn't helped unemployment. Now we're going to put them in further debt. How can we go to Washington and spend our children's money when we go home every night and we try to tell our kids, save your money, don't go into debt, it's irresponsible. This mental disconnect is causing us political schizophrenia, and unfortunately it's also going to cause us political and economic turmoil. So for the first time in my entire life, and I say this as a former chair of RTD, I am thrilled to graffiti up a bus. Thank you.
Hey, John, why don't you sign the bus?
I've been waiting for this for years.
Great. Thanks, John.
I love this. All right, well, let's take some turns.
That's right. So we would invite you, as I said, to come up and sign this. Do we have the petitions as well? Don, I don't know if we have any, but love to have folks. Don's got petitions if you'd like to sign those. He's got some extra pins to sign as well. And again, I mean, this issue, I just see some young kids walk up. Thanks for coming. And that's who this is about. I mean, that's really what this is about. This isn't about partisan politics. It's not about whether we're going to elect somebody or not elect somebody. This is about getting the word out that these kids and their future, and whether or not they're going to have the kind of quality future that we've had in America, the kind of opportunity, the free enterprise opportunities that we've had, whether they're going to have those same opportunities when they grow up as well. So thanks for coming. We appreciate it. We'll be here to sign the bus. If you'd like a pig book, we have plenty of them. We can give you some of those. They have great examples of ways that the federal government can cut spending. We have this, which has some details for you as well. And Don has a petition. Thanks for coming.
All right, thank you.
Who wants to sign?